Good evening, everyone. Hope you are all doing good. It is live. Happy days. Hopefully you can all hear me. Double check. Yeah, you can hear me. Fantastic. Well, a couple more people joined in, and then we will kick off. Yeah, I'm wondering. Not bad for a Friday evening anyway. If anyone wants to keep me company, I'll talk about the game last night, or what's happening at the weekend, or chat about the Queen. Feel free. Evening, Kev. Yeah, so weird times in the UK at the moment. Anyway, evening, David. You're right. Right, so first things first, I'm going to run through the teams and then we will run the giveaway for the Falcons. So, look for everyone. So, we have Dan Knight got the Cardinals in a mini. You can see the Falcons are there. I'm just going to take them out now. And then we have the Ravens with Simon James. Christmas with Barry Bartlett leg with the Bills. Panthers with Simon James. Mike Prescott with the Bears. Arif Richie Udin with the Bengals. Chris Lahan with the Browns. Terry Kelly with the Cowboys. Sam Spriggs with the Broncos. Kev Holcomb with the Lions. Nick Smith with the Packers. Simon Jones with the Texans and Colts. Darryl with the Jags. David Borgin with the Chiefs. Dan James with the Chargers. David Palmer got the Rams from a mini, kindly donated by Aaron. Daniel Kenworthy with the Raiders. Richard Hawkins with the Finns. Lance Ayres with the Vikings. Arif Richie with the Patriots. Saints with Richard Hawkins. Tom Benfield with the Giants. Bill Campbell with the Jets. Daniel Kenworthy with the Eagles. Aaron Brown was the winner of the main mini with the Steelers. Nick Smith with the 49ers. Christopher Barry Bartlett leg with the Seahawks. Dave Kirkwood with the Bucks. Richard Hawkins with the Titans. And Richard Hawkins with the Commanders. And I will remember to change that at some point in our teams list. So that is all there. Yeah, don't want to talk too much about it. Yeah, Rams fan. So yeah, it was a bit of an abomination from the Rams last night, but you can't read too much into it. Look at the Packers last year. They were shocking week one and were one of the best teams in the NFC, really. Or one of the best teams in the NFL. Rest of the year. Anyway, right. Do the random. So I'm going to roll the dice. 6 to go. So whoever is top will get the Falcons in this break. Chance at Ridder and Drake London. I think that's right. Still almost there with the rookies. Right. 4 to go, 3 to go, 2 to go. Last time. And it is the Browns and Chris Lehane. No, Chris Lehane. I say Lehane. Makes me go a bit French. So apologies, Chris. With the Browns. So the Browns pick up the Falcons as well. It's always enjoy doing these ones. And we used to like doing it at the start last year. But obviously as the teams got more and more expensive, it became more and more expensive to kind of do it. So obviously we will try and do it again at the start of 2022 whilst the value is still there. So that verified link has gone to the main break post. Yes, it has. Happy days. Right then, and we can flick back to the main thing. So here we are with the main event with Legacy. Second time I think I've opened it. I think Rich has opened 2 or 3 boxes of it. I opened it in the 4-boxer. So we've got the 2 autos, we've got 16 packs, 8 packs per box. Got the Dare to Tear. You've got to be look out for those minis because they do creep up on you. and new ultra rare inserts, Law and Destiny. I have to admit, I don't think I've seen any of them. I don't even know what they look like. So let's get into it. So Elite is out. Elite's out today, isn't it? So watched a couple of the first off the line breaks of that, and I do like the design of Elite, but sometimes because of the limited number of rookies, it can be a little bit disappointed. There's the empty box, there's the QA card. And then we'll just double check there are 16 in there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Ooh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Happy days. Right, got me back wall set up, got me things. So there we go. Back. First one up, just in case I need him. Robert Quinn for the Bears. Golladay for the Giants. And the Legends, Curtis Martin for the Jets, and Dallas Clark for the Colts. We're into the rookies. What I'm going to do is I'll just sleeve the rookies, unless they're the big names, and then I'll start top loading a couple actually. So for the Eagles, Jordan Davis. Sleeve the actually top load of the first load. And then we have for the Saints, Chris Olave. I think he's 5th on the depth chart, I think, for the wide receivers for the Saints. I would expect that to change as the season goes on. Chris Olave. And then we have our first numbered card of the break for the Niners, a Frank Gore. It is numbered to 100. Probably the least exciting card number to 100 you'll see. I think that's an 83 of 100. I'm guessing it's the foil. That makes it different than the base cards, but yeah. Are you worried, David, about your season as defending champs? Put that horizontally over there. I think week one's just so difficult to always read into. Jim Kelly, Timeless Talents. You always think that even in most sports, Walsall in football came out the gates winning 4-0, and then we haven't really looked like the same team since. Just one of them. But the Bills did look good. I thought they looked good on both sides of the ball. And Josh Allen is fast becoming probably the top QB in the league. Keeps it up and gets the Bills to the bowl. There's another one of them. Top QBs, Aaron Rodgers and Nick Bosa. Then we have a Bo Jackson and a Luke Kuechly for the Panthers. Then for the Ravens, we have a Kyle Hamilton. Yeah, Cup looked good. The whole scheme, I think, for the Rams is to create mismatches for Cooper Kupp, which I think does definitely help him. James Cook, who fumbled on his first touch or first rush in attempts last night. So let's see how much game time he gets now. Yeah, OBJ hasn't committed either, has he? Which is the other interesting thing. And Alan Robinson wasn't really involved in the game plan at all. And then a second numbered to 100 for the 49ers. Number 4 of 100. That's Danny Gray. Yeah, I think that's it. And nobody else has played yet either, so you kind of, that's the problem with getting a shellacking on a Thursday night. You kind of got to wait 2 or 3 days before someone else rolls up and gets absolutely tonked, which I have no doubt will happen. George Kittle for the Niners, time as talents. Niners are doing well so far. Yeah. Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, who's playing out his last year of his contract. Justin Jefferson, Brett Favre for the Packers, Keyshawn Johnson. Then we have Brian Robinson. His name was shot and has impacted his start to his Commander's career. I reckon he'll be back for week 5 potentially. And then for the Browns, a Jerome Ford. Okay. Yeah, I didn't think I started Akers in a couple of my fantasy teams. Obviously, you got a big fat 0. And a decade of dominance, Terry Bradshaw. But I do think Akers is obviously still possibly banged up to a certain degree, essentially. I didn't think Darrell Henderson was particularly impressive in the backfield either. Whereas I think Devin Singletary, they just need to give him that backfield and stop trying to force Moss. Because he does look like the best of their running backs. Obviously Cook he's only a rookie, but I just think give the ball to Singletary because he looks like the best back. Swift for the Lions, Samuel for the Niners, the Bus, Jerome Bettis, Anquan Bolden for the Cardinals. We have a Sky Moore for the Kansas City Chiefs. That's it down, Jordan Davis. Sky Moore, and then a nice one for the Lions, Aiden Hutchinson. Hoping for big things from him. Aiden Hutchinson, and okay, take down, you take that, and take that car. Now, I think this is the auto guy, isn't it? Well, one of the autographs. It's a nice one. I'm going to use the Troy Polamalu. There it is. That's a nice one for the Commanders. Carson Wentz, 3 of 5. Evening. Carson Wentz, 3 of 5. That's a nice one for the Commanders. Obviously in his Colts uni, but it is a Commanders card because he is there now. 3 of 5, 1 off his jersey number for the Colts. Don't know if he's changed to 3 with the Commanders, but that is a nice one. 3 of 5. Obviously, been playing the quarterback roulette. And then we got the decade of dominance, Troy Polamalu, which was hiding the Wentz. I think you got a Jerome Ford rookie, Chris. And you've also got the, you did win the mini at the start of the break for the Falcons, but there has not been any Falcons so far. Right, so we have one of the autographs. So the next one should be a rookie. Travis Kelce for the Chiefs. Yeah, he's a nice one. Matt Ryan for the Colts. Nice to pull vet autographs, because obviously you don't sometimes, obviously judging by that 3 or 5, there's not many in the set. Kirk Cousins for the Vikings. Chris Carter, also for the Vikings. Phil Simms for the Giants. And then we have a David Ajaba for the Ravens. Yeah, Falcons aren't too bad. As I say, they've got Drake London as well for wide receiver. And then a quarterback rookie, Matt Corral. He's on IR. I don't think he's going to get a sniff of playing this season. See one to prospect, Matt Corral. Take down Cook. And then for the ages of Steve Young for the 49ers. So there's the 49ers quite a bit. In this break. Let's try to do this pack. Yeah, Nick Chubb for the Browns, Miles Sanders for the Eagles, Brandon Cooks for the Texans, got him in quite a few leagues, Nick Mangold for the Jets, Eddie George for the Titans, then a Kieran Williams for the Rams. There you go, David. Something to soften the blow anyway. It's the hit, or a rookie anyway. Kieran Williams. And then for the Jets, we have Jermaine Johnson of the second. Can't say I've drafted him anywhere, but he might not be a defensive player. Possibly explains it, only in a couple of IDP leagues. Sean Alexander for the Seahawks. For the ages. One of the weird things of the Queen passing away. I didn't actually really realise that the words to the national anthem changed. Obviously, because the Queen's been around for as long as I've been alive, I always thought it potentially was always God Save the Queen, but it will be God Save the King, which is a weird thing. It will be a weird change. Mike Evans for the Bucks, Joey Burrow for the Bengals. Zach Wilson, if that would have been last year, that would have been a nice back-to-back pack. Armon Green for the Packers, Eli for the Giants, and for the Titans, Trey Burks. I think he might be one of the one of the wide receivers I think to watch this year. Take down a lot. He's been up there for a while, but difficult to prospect him when Malik Wilkins is the other side of that. He's also in the Titans, so obviously the Titans will be more pricier. Kobe Bryant for the Seahawks, and then one of the hollows for the Bears. Just need to get some more soft sleeves out. A Jaquan Brisker, Chrome for the Bears. So almost halfway through, guys. We have one of the autographs. I have to admit, I didn't feel a dare to tear when I was, or a thicker card when I was going through it, but I could be wrong. Joe Mixon for the Bengals, Jalen Hurts, Chase Young, Broncos, John Elway, John Randall for the Vikings. Then we've got the base of Danny Gray for the 49ers. And then for the Colts and Alec Pierce. I think he's listed as wide receiver 2 on the Colts depth chart. Alec Pierce, and then a nice one for the Giants. Nice under the lights, Kayvon Thibodeau. Hopefully he is as good as his draft position gives. Actually shores up the Giants defence, because I know we definitely need it. Stick him up on the back wall, got a bit home that one. And I've got to empty this bin this week because it's filling up. TJ Hawkinson for the, I was going to say Hoosier Manzarda then for some reason. TJ Hawkinson. George Kittle for the Niners. Ricky Williams for the Finns. Ed Reed for the Ravens. We have a base Kayvon Thibodeau for the Giants. For the Jags, Devin Lloyd. There you go, Daryl. I think the last box of Legacy I opened, you had the Jags in. I didn't get Jack all in the form of Jags out of the Legacy box. There's a Devin Lloyd this time around. Now, next numbered card is for the Bills. That's numbered 111 out of 199, and that's Khalil Shakir. Dem Coral, keep the numbered ones up, and then a time machine of Dan Marino for the Dolphins. I think when I watched the Elite first off the line, there was a couple of nice inserts in it. Hopefully they'll be in. Should be in the main set. I think this year, the box prices will be a little box prices will be a little bit lower than last year's, but the US pound to dollar exchange rate is going to have something to say about that as well. Darren Waller for the Raiders, Darnell Mooney for the Bears, Romo for the Cowboys, Carson Palmer for the Bengals. We have a Romeo Doubs for the Packers, and I think it looks it's back-to-back Packers rookies. And we got Doubs for the Packers, followed by Christian Watson for the Packers. Doubling up on the Packers rookies there in the same pack. And then our next numbered card is for a guy who I hope stays injury free this year. Not because I'm a Panthers fan, but because I think he's one of the when he's fit top 5 running backs in the league. CMC, numbered 51 of 299. I'll take down Sky Moore, keep the numbered ones up at the back. And then for the Raiders, Charles Woodson, the time machine. We got the mini in this one, so I'll make sure I don't drop it. Clyde Edwards-Helaire for the Chiefs. Kyle Pitts for the Falcons. This way, got Michael Vick for the Falcons as well. Barry Sanders for the Lions. And then we're just speaking about him. Got Malik Willis for the Titans. He got an auto. He did get an auto, but not from I think it was from the Sage product, Darryl. That's the first Jags card, I think, out of this one anyway. Malik Willis, rookie. I'll have to take down Thibodeau, and pretty sure it was just the one. Then we have for the Ravens, Tyler Badie. Are you finding it not as exciting not having a big QB to chase, even though the cost is a heck of a lot cheaper for the Jags this year? Tyler Badie for the Ravens. And then it's a nice mini. A nice Under the Lights of Sam Howell for the Commanders. Not numbered, but a nice hollow of Sam Howell. I can't remember who. It was Snoop Connor. Was the Snoop Connor? That's all right. Yeah, was the rookie auto you got. There we go. Sam Howell. It's a nice mini. And then finishing it off with a Generations Derrick Henry and Eddie George. This side, so this will have the mini in as well. So we'll, it seems like the opposite side has, which I'm pretty sure it will. I'll probably be wrong. The empty pack. Yeah, there is a mini in there. I can see it floating out. Quads for the Giants. Javonte for the Broncos. Very nice. These are nice. I'd say I do like the minis, but they do have like less of a market for the minis. Deuce McAllister even for the Saints. Dan Fouts for the Chargers. Again, for the Jets, we have Breece Hall, the fantasy darling. If you read Twitter, everyone's expecting him to be RB1, I think, for the Jets. But I think Carter's going to have it for the start of the season anyway, by the looks of it. And then we have another Jaquan Brisker for the hollow version, and then we've got the base one. Or the chrome hollow, was it? Brisker for the Bears. And then our second mini is for the Rams. And that is old Matty Stafford. Didn't have his best of games last night, did he? That one is numbered this time. 120 out of 125. So softens the blow of last night a little bit for you, David. Okay, Matty Stafford, and then a timeless talents of Clinton Portis. Yeah, Garrett Wilson, man. I think he's. And obviously with Joey Flacco, with Joe Flacco starting for at least the first 3 weeks anyway. It's interesting how well they play and begging to win with him if he gets a couple of wins on the board. Dalvin Cook for the Vikings. Cordarrelle Patterson for the Falcons. think the autograph might be in this one. Mike Singletary for the Bears. Don't know why I think the signature is going to be in this one. There's a Joe Montana with a Yankee edge. The cut, I didn't get the full cut on that. Joey Montana. Then we got also for the Bears, Kyler Gordon. Just need to open up another pack of top loaders. No, I don't think the autograph is in this one. Fair, I don't know what I thought it was anyway. Kyler Gordon for the. Oh no, it is. It's behind that one, so I was right. I'm going to pop that there. So there is the autograph behind the Davis Price. Save that till the end. So we're only 3 packs away. Chris Carter for the Vikings. Trey Lance. Interesting to see how he is this year. Tyreek Hill. Obviously, this would be for the trade, and that will go to the Chiefs. James Conner to Cardinals. Drew Pearson for the Cowboys. Urlacher for the Bears. We have Jahan Dotson for the Commanders. Dotson. And then for the Chiefs, we have Trent McDuffie for the Chiefs. Duffy and a Decades of Dominance, Rob Gronkowski for the Patriots. Some more packs to go, guys. I don't think there is Dare to Tear in this box. There's the last one. Devontae for the Eagles. Aaron Jones for the Packers. Tua for the Finns. Then we have Ty Law for the Patriots. And Andre Recent for the Falcons. And then we got an Evan Neal rookie for the G-Men. For the protecting Danny Dimes. Lead us all the way to glory. Zia Spiller, or Zia Spiller even, for the Chargers. And then we have for the Falcons, nice Optichrome of Desmond Ridder. Not numbered, just a hollow. Pop that in front of Malik. And we are on the last pack of those. I'll do the autograph and just do a quick recap. Xavier Howard for the Finns. Jamar Chase. Second year Trevor Lawrence for the Jags. Another Jags. Clinton Portis for the Broncos. Jerry Rice for the Niners. And a Bailey Zappe for the Patriots. Just need to grab a couple more soft sleeves. Bailey Zappe. George Karloftis for the Chiefs. Now he's not starting for the Chiefs, because I drafted him in an IDP thinking he might, and he's not. Hopefully he does get some snaps, because he does look pretty good. And then the final card is a Chrome Sam Howell for the Commanders. So a nice one for Commanders. So he actually finished off pretty handsomely with the rookie QBs. Obviously not getting the same level of attention as the one last year. I've got Wentz for now. Sam Howell. Right, let's get into this auto then. So if I just take the Tyrion Davis price away. I think part of this year will be about the running backs and the wide receivers. So let's just pop that there. Actually turn it in that way. Take the back card away. Alright, so it looks like it's going to be a numbered one, guys. I think I know the player for Alabama is Brian Robinson Jr. That is a nice one for the Commanders. I think he will get the starting gig once he's back for the Commanders. Brian Robinson, nice one for Richard, and it is numbered 25 of 35. So nice one. Right, very quickly do a run through, guys, and we can all get back to watching the telly and watching the updates about the Queen and the royal family. So that seems to be all that's on the main channels anyway. Get Netflix on. Tyrion Davis price. Not that I'm not anti-monarchy. Just think it's just a bit mental at the moment. Just obviously being such a big part of history. Oh yeah, I've just realised. Yeah, both autographs are for the Commanders. Did not realise that. So it was a Commanders box. Just realised. George Karlaftis for the Chiefs. Bailey Zapp, Spiller, Neal, Gronk, Duffy, Dotson, Carter, Gordon, Portis, the mini of Matty Ice, and that was numbered 2125. Not Matty Ice, because that's Matt Ryan. Matt Stafford, Brisker, Breece Hall, Generations, and the Under the Lights of Sam Howell. This was very much a Commander's box. Tyler Baddy, Kayvon Thibodeau, Woodson, Moore, Watson, Dubes, Marino, Coral, and Devin Lloyd. And then Thibodeau, Hutch, Alex Pierce, Danny Gray, Brisker, Kobe Bryant, Alave, Sean Alexander, Johnson, Williams, Steve Young, James Cook, Ajabo, Polamalu, Jim Kelly, Hamilton, Davis, Bradshaw, Jerome Ford, Brian Robinson Jr. and George Kittle. And the guys who ended up staying at the back, we got the Caffrey, numbered to 299. The Frank Gore, numbered to 100. The Danny Gray, also numbered to 100 for the 49ers. At the base, Traylon Burks, which stayed up there. At the save that for a little bit. The Sam Howell Chrome rookie. The Desmond Ridder Hollow, obviously to Chris with the mini win for the Falcons at the start of the break, and then the Malik Willis for Tennessee. Then we had the Khalil Shakir, number to 199 for the Bills. And then the Commanders box. The Carson Wentz, numbered 3 of 5 for the Colts. Let's go to, not for the Colts, sorry, for the Commanders. It goes to the Commanders, even though he is in his Colts uniform. But that is a Commanders card. And a Brian Robinson Jr. numbered to 35 for the Commanders as well. Right. That completes the break. Thank you very much for joining on this Friday. Very strange Friday, obviously, with everything that's happening in the world at the moment with the Queen and everything. But football, American football, is back, which is a bonus. So I hope everyone has a great weekend. Enjoy watching it, whether you watch Red Zone or NFL Network or NFL Plus, Game Pass, whatever you're watching. Enjoy watching the games. I probably won't break Saturday or Sunday, but I'll try and stick up because it's me at the moment. Richie's on holiday. Life with 2 children, as anybody with 2 children knows, time becomes a premium, and my work is going bonkers at the moment, my actual day job, so my time is a bit limited, and so I will drop something on Monday, potentially me Optic H2. So that's that. Right, thanks for joining, guys. Have a great weekend. Enjoy watching the games. We can catch up in the week. Have a chat about them. Right, speak to you all soon. Have a good one.